And hello to all my Scorpio friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent. I'm going to be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June of 2021. We are going to be looking at a storyline spread today that is a very widespread scattershot of information all over the board for Scorpios. It usually looks at like 2, 3, sometimes 4 different stories for what is going on in your June. And there are a lot of different Scorpios. It's not just you. So all 4 of the stories, or however many there are, 3 or 2 of them, they're not all going to apply to you. Usually how it works is that there's one that really resonates, and that's the one that you're supposed to hear. Sometimes there's more than that if you can pick apart the best parts of it and apply it to your situation. So it's a very in-depth spread. We're going to get into that, and we're also going to conclude the free reading with an animal totem spread that's just, well, it's not really a spread, it's just one card, but it's going to give us a little bit more insight into what is going on in your June, different characteristics you should apply, and possibly some advice moving forward. So we're going to get into that, and let's get started. The decks are already pre-shuffled. What I'm going to do now is bring you in here so you can watch with me. Okay, so what I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. Basically just cuts the deck into thirds, puts them back together in a different order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. And then they're ready to run. Storyline for Scorpio. Let's see what we got. Looks like three different stories is what we're looking at here. Get a couple extra cards to describe a couple of these guys. All right, and then this. Lots of cards, big spread. See all that? Okay, good. So 3 stories. Let's get started. I'm going to go back to the zoom out, the wide angle. All right, and there we go. Got you back. Let me just take a quick look at these. I usually start with the simplest of the stories, just to put most of the time into the complex one, but they're all kind of like equally complex in this setup, so it's going to be a challenging reading here, but we'll get through it. Let's start with this one. It is a good financial month to kind of open the bank account, to open the card is the hoarder card. So it's basically telling you to not be a hoarder. You have permission to spend and to not be a hoarder. It's not, I wouldn't say it's not okay to hold on to it, but it's not going to benefit you holding on to a certain amount of money that you have been at this time. It would benefit you more, kind of like I said, opening up the wallet, opening up the checkbook, spending it toward things that that need to get done or need to benefit you. There's a message coming in that it means one of 2 different things. It either means that, you're going to be moving into a patch when things are not as smooth as they currently are. And that's probably not just June. That could just be life in general. Life is ups and downs, and, you're too far low, you come back up, and vice versa. So it could be, if that's the definition of the card that we're approaching here, that means that you might be you've been through a calm area of your life, and it's not going to stay that way. Could get a little choppy, in other words. The other definition of that, if it could be water, specifically, something that you need to put money into that has to do with water, say a water pump, a pool, something like that, a bathroom, a sink, anything like that that you have been neglecting or need to put time or money into. They're basically saying to open it up and go ahead and do it. So that's the message, the water message there. We also have a person that comes up that is inverted. Let's see, I missed one card there. Okay, so there's an aspect of the emotional. Okay. There's a person coming in blocked here that has to do with this situation. They're coming in blocked for could be a multitude of different reasons. It could mean that they don't want you doing this. It could mean that they just don't want to take part in this. It could mean that that maybe they have a different idea of how you should be spending this money. That's probably the most likely one that feels like it resonates the most with me, at least. But it's not my reading, it's yours, so you tell me. There is an aspect to it of patience. So I'm assuming that you're going to have to put great patience or display great patience toward this person, toward whatever kind of disruption they have to your plan, so that it's not their plan, it's your plan. I know that's kind of all over the place, but hopefully that makes sense to you. Like I said, it's your spread, not mine. So that's our first story. I'm going to go over here for the second story. Okay. We actually have, this is extremely uncommon for a storyline spread, but we have an older male figure that is deceased popping in, basically saying hello from heaven. I have the Emperor card. I have hello from heaven. Those two together are undoubtedly a male figure that's coming in and saying hi. He's talking about lack of sunlight, lack of happiness, lack of... I probably feel like it's more of a literal thing. He's talking about he's saying like get back in the sun, get back in the water. They're both coming in blocked. So he's saying that these are two areas of your life. And I know this is specific, Scorpio, so bear with me. This is obviously for just certain Scorpios and not all of you. But for the ones that I'm referring to and talking to, this male is saying that you have been neglecting the sun and the water. To me, that means like you're not having any more fun. You're getting too serious about life. So you need to go out and have some fun and enjoy it. There's not really a whole lot else there, but it comes through definitely as a father figure, grandfather figure. It could be anywhere up the generation rank, but that's the message. So whoever you feel would be telling you that, to go out and have some more fun in the sun, in the water. It's like a beach. It's like they're talking about the sun and they're talking about the water. I mean, I don't know how else you can really read that unless it means something more specific to you, those two things. But that's what's coming up, the sun and the water, literally. So we got that. Telling you to go have some fun. And this message is not too indifferent. Well, it is different. All right, let's see what we got. There's an element of toxicity in something. This could be health. This could be relationship. This could be job. This can pop up in any real corner of your life, but there is something that's toxic that needs to be cleaned, needs to be straightened out and purified. The purified is probably the best word to describe it. Something needs to be purified. Get rid of the toxic something. They're basically saying that an action needs to be taken so that you have the chance to celebrate future events, future fun events. So they're kind of like giving you a heads up, like this is like a prolong your life type thing. This is not in any way like do this or you're gonna die or anything kooky or weird like that. It's more of a preemptive. So it's like, take this action now, pays huge dividends later. It's a good time to do it in June. This is why this is coming up. They're saying that not doing that would be a bad decision. It would leave you very unsuccessful. These are the messages. These are the warnings. They also bring up the outdoors. So getting fresh air. Like literally, we just said that from the message from the deceased male. I normally don't do like messages from the deceased in general readings at all. So this is like wild. First of all, that it's popping up. Second of all, that it's being repeated here because this literally says outdoors. Outdoors. Go outside, get some fresh air, connect with nature, relieve stress, and gain new creative ideas. Find a way to reinvent yourself. Use the outdoors as an escape, as therapy. All these things. For a lot of you, this is going to be a health thing. Health, of course, resonates the most with me. And of course, if you feel like I'm talking about a different area of your life, you're probably right. This is not meant to confuse us in any way or to confuse you. So whatever you feel like it is probably what it is. So that's what I have for your storyline spread. Those are the 3 stories. And we have obviously some congruence between 2 of them. So very interesting stuff. We're going to, before I get into the animal totem, real quick, while I'm looking at this, let me go over the moon cycles because we have a new moon on June 10th. The new moon is the perfect time, the perfect window of opportunity for you to manifest things into your life that you want to bring in. So if, going back to story 1, the hoarder, time to open up the checkbook, right? If that's something you want to manifest, the best window of opportunity to do that is under the energy of the new moon. So right around the 10th, kind of like early to mid-month, perfect window of opportunity to do that. Doesn't mean you have to, but if you're using categorical, universal energy as a guide, that's the window to do it. And then we also have a full moon on June 24th. That is the direct opposite of that. That's kind of like the garbage truck. That's when you want to get the stuff out to the road and send it off, all the stuff you don't want in your life moving forward. So that would move down into our last story here about the purification process and whatever the toxicity is that you want to move out. So that is the perfect opportunity right around the end of the month, around the 24th is kind of the climax of the full moon. So that's when the energy is heightened and you have the universe's strongest energy toward getting something out that you don't want. So if you want to align yourself with that, I would argue that the end of the month is the perfect time to do that for June for you. And, I guess I also should remind you that this is a general reading, of course. This isn't going to affect everybody the same way. If you're looking for information specific to you, you need a private reading for that. I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. And very interesting stuff there. A lot of free content will be coming as well. And I guess while I'm talking about that, I might as well segue that into the email. If you sign up for the email right now during the website launch, I'm going to actually give you a free personal reading. I call it a My Month. It's just a quick little thing, but it's a $12 value that I'm giving away absolutely free. And it's going to talk about your specific June. It may be issues or situations that we touched on here. It may be something completely different until I pull the cards. I don't know. But it will be something specific for you. All you have to do is sign up. It's an email, a first name, first initial of your last name, and that's it. I only send 1 email a month. It's just for updates and content information. So there's that as well. So keep that in mind and sign up for that. I also have videos that I'm going to link in the description about general readings, how to get the most information out of that benefits you, and that pretty much covers all the small print stuff. So now let's get into your animal totem and have a little fun there, and then we'll conclude. I made quite the mess. All right, so Okay, this will be a fun one and interesting. Your animal totem for the month of June is the fish called the salmon. The salmon. Well, that kind of goes back to our water and the choppy water, the chop. Salmon swim upstream to lay their eggs, right? So they swim upstream. It could be an indicator that you're going to have to do the same. You're going to have to motivate yourself to do that and to kind of swim against the current, whether you like it or not. The universe is going to make you do it one way or the other. It's always more beneficial if you don't make them push you into it and you just kind of do it on your own and go with, I was going to say go with the flow, but in this case you're actually going against the flow. But karmically you'll benefit a lot more from life if you treat it that way. What else can we say about the salmon? Anytime there's a fish and you're talking about water, there's an emotional attachment to it. In this case, we have, salmon are in the running and the moving water, with the fast river current. The train behind me agrees. And we're talking about an emotional turbulence, so it's not going to be necessarily a fun month for you. It's not going to be fun things that you enjoy, but it's more, you have to get it done. You have to do it. It'll better you in the long run once you do. And we did talk about a few different things that kind of apply to that as well. So I hope that this reading was of service to you and beneficial to you. We've gone over the moon cycles. We've gone over the animal totem. We did the entire storyline of the 3 different stories. That's it. We have reached our end. We have hit our wall. So I thank you for joining me, Scorpios. I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. The summer is beginning. It's going to get hot. Get out there and have some fun. So that's where we're going to end today. My name is Scott Sagent from scottsagent.com. We'll see you soon. That was good, minus the train. With that, it's saying that emotionally this is not going to be necessarily fun by any means. But that it's just got to be done. And when it's just got to be done, it's really all there is to it. This fucking train.